Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night with a big idea? Or get the urge to write something down that you've been trying to solve forever? Or maybe you feel big answers come in those wee small hours of the morning. Recently, I had a really big impression that came in those wee small hours, which prepared me for the biggest diagnosis of my life, breast cancer. Stick around because I'm going to reveal what that impression was and how it came true just over a month later. Hi, my name is Krista, and welcome to Thrive Daily, a channel focused on helping busy moms find quick and easy solutions to their biggest problems. So, in today's video, I will share with you how I knew I was going to get cancer and give you some tips that can help you learn to recognize thoughts and impressions that are preparing you for what's to come. Before I get started, though, I'd love to hear from you. What time of day do you feel most in tune with that intuition or with those quiet whisperings that come? Maybe it's right before you fall asleep, or maybe it's in the middle of the night, or maybe it's out while you're running around, driving, or maybe it's while you're in the shower. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. So, I found a lump in my right breast a few months ago, and I thought, I better get this checked out. I first saw my OB, and she ordered a diagnostic mammogram as well as an ultrasound. A week after that, I had a biopsy. And a week after that, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, initially, when I first found that lump, I was sure it was nothing until I had a really interesting kind of dream, I'm going to call it. Although it wasn't exactly a dream. I was not fully awake, but I was not fully asleep either. It's kind of in between. And I've discovered since then that that's when I'm most susceptible to thoughts that come directly from my intuition. And during this dreamlike trance, I had very strong impressions that I would not only get breast cancer, but that it would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Now, that was a pretty weird thought to think. And I was really baffled and kind of confused. And I just put it from my mind, thinking that must have been some weird fluke. I don't know why I thought that, but whatever. Well, as I got closer and closer to my mammogram a couple weeks later, I started having more and more thoughts that were preparing me for a cancer diagnosis. And so when he told me that I had cancer, I wasn't at all surprised. In fact, I probably would have been more surprised if he told me that I didn't. But he just looked at me. He said, "It looks like you maybe knew." And I said, "Yeah, I did." And he said, "How did you know?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, I've had lots of thoughts and impressions come to me, which have prepared me for this. And I wasn't afraid because I knew it was part of my life plan." And that gave me such great comfort. So much so that for the first 3 days after I got my diagnosis, I felt on fire. I felt almost invincible, but I knew it was going to be a challenge. As a life coach, I make being in tune with my mind and body one of the biggest priorities of my life because I know that the truth and answers to any challenge are right here within us. And I truly believe that when we focus on tuning in this way, we are privileged to so much information and answers and warnings about our future, about our life, about our families and our children. Especially as mothers, we have a unique gift of intuition, and we are entitled to thoughts and impressions that we can use in their behalf. And so I can't think of anything more important than the skill of learning how to tune into those impressions that come that are there to give us clarity, to give us peace, to give us warning, and to prepare us for everything that's ahead. So, how do we recognize them? Well, I have 3 tips I want to share with you that have helped me to better feel, recognize, and interpret these thoughts and impressions. Okay, tip number 1, get real quiet. Practice stillness on a daily basis. Every morning when you get out of bed, maybe just take 5 minutes to quiet your mind, to get real still, and practice the art of listening to what's inside. Okay, number 2, be willing to hear whatever is there. Oftentimes, we're attached to getting certain answers or avoiding others, and that can really prevent us from hearing and seeing the answers that are really there. It's really important to be open and trust in them without worry or fear. Okay, number 3, my final tip is to find a practice that can help you release fear on a daily basis. Just like we shower every day to get rid of all of our physical dirt, we need to get rid of that spiritual gunk and dirt that builds up on a daily basis. So there are many ways of doing this, whether it's meditation, going on a walk, talk therapy, energy work, mindfulness, journaling, or even any kind of exercise can be a really great way of releasing those fearful thoughts. The more we're able to let go of fear as a motivation in our lives, the closer we will be and feel to those quiet thoughts and impressions that come in our hearts. because fear is actually really loud and it can act as interference that blocks those messages of the heart. I believe we are all prepared for even the most difficult challenges that lie ahead for us, and we can choose to feel supported and guided and better prepared for these challenges as we choose to tune in and listen to what our intuition is really telling us. And I'm so grateful for the wisdom that we have within each of us to help us along our journeys and get us through those difficult times. So I hope this message has been inspiring for you. And if you know someone who could use it, go ahead and share it with them. And if you'd like to subscribe for more weekly content like this, go ahead and click right up here. I hope that together we can all become more aware of our intuition, of our impressions, and be stronger together as we forge ahead on our journeys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an effortless day.